these are all Formula Fords. It's a concept that went back to 1968. There was a guy in Europe running a racing school, and he had a couple of old Formula 2 chassis, and his students kept blowing them up and blowing up the race motors. And he's got the idea, why don't I just go to the junkyard and get a Ford Cortina engine and drop it in there, a big lump of reliable steel, iron. And thus was born Formula Ford.
Jens Plowman with Hammerhead Racing, and we started the series in 2006, Euro Formula Ford. Formula Fords are a spec class. The engine is spec, it's a Ford 1600. The chassis is spec, weighs about 950 pounds. We run a DOT tire to help alleviate the expense of having to put new tires on every weekend. The series is very much a driver's series. It started in 1967, I think was the first car. It came to America in 1969. March the 3rd at Willow Springs was the first race with Formula Ford. And most of the drivers from a generation ago started in Formula Ford. The new guys are all starting in karts and going to F4 or F2 or something like that. But the series has been very popular throughout the world. There's probably Formula Ford racing in every single country in the world. All the stars, like in America, Michael Andretti, Chip Ganassi, Roger Penske, all of those guys started in cars like this. We run locally with a group called Pro Autosports. We have cars in a single group on the same tire. We run the R888 R Toyo mostly as an expense and as a savings for the drivers, for the series, because we're trying to make it as inexpensive as possible. So just park over there in the dirt. Sorry. And the cars are affordable. You can buy nice cars from $8,000, $10,000 all the way up to $30,000. Or like this gentleman here, he paid $28,000 for them.
You can get a new Piper.
Yeah, you can get a new Piper for $80,000. But it's just a fun class. And it's a good group of guys to hang out with. And we do it strictly for fun. There is no money other than what you spend. And we're all vying for a $1.99 trophy at the end of the day, which is very important. and the bragging rights.
How much horsepower, how fast do they go?
About 110, 115 horsepower, depending on the track. Out here we are at about 112. At places like Indianapolis, or when we do the race in Montreal with Formula One, we'll actually hit 134 miles an hour. But we gear the car for every racetrack, so it's a quick change gearbox, and you can change all the ratios fairly easily.